Hey everybody, I'm David, and today I want to talk about more Avengers Infinity War spoilers. So let us talk about this certain subject today, because what else do we have to talk about? Nothing. So let's get right into this. I want to talk about Bruce and Natasha. That's right, the Hulk and Black Widow, played by Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson. And this was a little theory that's been popping up a lot lately. Some people think that maybe, possibly, while Bruce was up in space in Thor Ragnarok for 2 years, that maybe Natasha was fooling around with Steve Rogers, because it seemed a little bit like there could have been something there, especially with Sam Wilson's The Falcon, his line when he says, well, this is awkward, when both of them see each other in Infinity War for the first time. Now, the relationship is never really talked about other than that little moment, and clearly there are a lot of deleted scenes that we're kind of missing, that we saw in the trailers, some shots that could have filled in the gaps, but they didn't. They didn't really go back to that topic of Natasha and Bruce being separated. And yeah, a lot of people are shipping Cap and Black Widow now as a couple because, well, they've been together for a while since the end of Civil War, and maybe they've had a platonic relationship forming during that time. So what happened to Sharon Carter? What happened to Bucky? We don't know. Maybe Steve has moved on from them. I'm joking about the Bucky part, by the way. And Sharon, a little bit Sharon, because we do know he had feelings for Sharon. They even shared a little kiss at the end of not at the end, in the middle of Civil War, right before the big airport sequence. So what the F? Look, this is the way I'm looking at it. When I first saw this movie, Avengers Infinity War, last week, I saw it like 2 more times already, so 3 times in total. I'm very proud of that. I wish I could go see it more, but I gotta save my money for more movies this summer. And when I saw that scene come up, there was a part of me thinking, has Steve and Natasha been, I don't know, doing something? Because the camera does focus on Steve a little bit during that scene when the Falcon says, well, this is awkward. Steve is pretty close to Natasha, not too distant. And it's interesting because they do not focus on the other characters in the background, only her and Steve. So it did make me wonder, was there something going on while everybody was gone? And yeah, it was awkward that they met each other again, but it's like, is there more to the awkwardness that they're not letting us know yet? Maybe we'll see that in the deleted scenes, or maybe we'll see it in Avengers 4. Maybe it's a storyline they want to pick up later, because let's face it, this movie was so full of story, they couldn't just center on the heroes that they wanted to. And we do know that Steve and Natasha will be getting a lot more screen time in Avengers 4. They were focused more on Thanos in Infinity War, so maybe that's something they'll reveal in the next one. For me personally, I don't like that idea, mostly because I don't want to see Bruce getting hurt. I like Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, and this is coming from someone who liked Edward Norton even more back in The Incredible Hulk in 2008. I thought he was a great Bruce Banner, but I've accepted Mark Ruffalo along the way, and he's grown into this role so well that I finally fully accepted his version of the Hulk. It took a while, but I finally accepted it. I think Thor Ragnarok is really what solidified it for me, that, okay, he's better than Edward Norton. Only because I like the comedic aspect that they've added to the Hulk. And I've liked where they've taken that character, both Bruce Banner and the Hulk. And nobody wants to see Bruce Banner get his heart broken. The guy deserves a little love. And if the Incredible Hulk is in continuity, I mean, first he can't have Betty Ross, and now he can't have Natasha. I mean, give him a little love, man. And then I thought, okay, you know what would make me accept Steve Rogers and Natasha Romanoff in a relationship together and breaking the Hulk's little heart or big heart, whichever. Maybe it grows also, who knows. What would make me be okay with this if Liv Tyler came back as Betty Ross and they had Bruce have her as the happy ending for him, that maybe he does go back to Betty. Because let's look at it this way. They have brought William Hurt back as Thunderbolt Ross, right? So obviously they're acknowledging that the Incredible Hulk exists, that it happened, and here's a character that we've seen there. Some people still believe that Abomination, Tim Roth, could still return. Tim Roth has expressed interest in returning. Why not Liv Tyler too? Everybody liked Liv Tyler. Everybody liked that cast. The problem is nobody... It was the lowest grossing MCU movie. And I think it was more to do with Ang Lee's Hulk not being so great, that Hulk movie suffered because of the Ang Lee Hulk movie, because people were probably wondering, this might be a sequel to that other stinker Hulk film that we got back in 2003. No one knew that this is a soft reboot. It has nothing to do with that other Hulk movie. It's kind of a soft reboot. It doesn't do the origin again, but it ignores some things that happened in that film. I don't know. I wish that movie had done better. I actually like The Incredible Hulk, like I said, but what's done is done. But that doesn't mean... It looks like Marvel is saying that, look, just because that movie didn't do so great doesn't mean we're going to ignore it completely. We are going to take things and people that we liked from that film, and I think Liv Tyler should be considered coming back. And who knows, maybe she will in Avengers Infinity War. I mean, in Avengers 4, because let's face it, who knew the Red Skull was going to show up in Infinity War? That was a highlight for me. When I saw the Red Skull show up, I was freaking out. And they did have William Hurt there too, earlier on in the movie, to kind of wrap up the Civil War Sokovia Accord storyline. Not completely, it's still a little left open, but we'll see how much more Avengers 4 touches on that, because... You know, Ross seemed like he was pretty upset about that, and if the Avengers are going to go against what he wants, who knows? He might send authorities after the Avengers, and we might see a whole government versus the Avengers type of scenario happening in Avengers 4 also, while trying to deal with Thanos. Who knows? There's so many different ways right now they can go with Avengers 4. I'm super excited about it, but the one thing that I'm really hoping right now for Bruce Banner, for the sake of him, is I'm hoping for a nice happy ending for the guy, because he deserves it. And if this thing happens with Natasha and Steve, hopefully the thing that busts the Hulk back out is him finding out about it and punching Steve Rogers in the face. Even though I love Captain America too, you know, it's man law. You don't cheat or you don't have fun with your friend's girl. That's no. Okay, so with that being said, it's been 2 years. They've been broken up for 2 years. Natasha's allowed to move on, and I'm sure Bruce has as well. But still, I mean, come on, give the Hulk a chance. So with that being said, guys, I'm ending this video here. Comment below, tell me your thoughts on this whole Steve Rogers, Natasha Romanoff, and Bruce Banner love triangle. Do you want this to happen? Do you think that there is something going on between Steve and Natasha, Nat? Or do you think Bruce still has a chance to find true love and happiness, Beauty and the Beast? So with that being said, comment below. Like this video if you agree with me. Subscribe to or if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, especially if you're a huge fan of the MCU, because I guarantee you it's going to be a years-long wait until Avengers 4. So there's going to be plenty of videos to make until then. So until next time, everybody, take care.